So, 2.5 decades of the York Food Festival. How much of a challenge is it to keep it fresh each year?
Oh, a considerable one is the short answer to that. I mean, the trouble is that we started off with that formula everybody has. Here's a few blokes off the telly, or ladies off the telly, and a market we were sort of, hired out by the yard to anyone. And that was it. We had no evening programme, we had no community programme, we had no schools programme. We didn't do things like the Livers and Leonard's events. So yeah, it was very passive. I think that's part of the problem. What we now got is people taking the lead. So you come and go to the food factory and make your own food with us. I've got all sorts of community groups popping up and doing their one-offs. You've got the opportunity for people who don't necessarily run restaurants but can do, who pop up sessions in St Crux Hall, for example, for this time for the first year. So there's a lot of stuff, and it's always about trying to make sure we're innovating, trying to make sure it's new, trying to make sure it's not just like the one down the road. I mean, and yes, we have a particular problem because the one down the road, problem or advantage, I don't know, the one down the road in Malta is actually a very good food festival, which is also about place and about malts, and so the York Festival needs to be doubly about York people, and about York, hotels, restaurants, jobs, careers, all those sorts of things that make hospitality, make the restaurant scene so important.
Now, of course, we're in the Warmgate Ale House at the moment. I've just interrupted you working, which is probably why you've got a bit of a glow, because you've just come from the kitchen shortly. But this means that you know as much as anybody else just how important this is to the food and service industry here.
Yes, it's an opportunity for the industry to shine, and that and in post-COVID world, it's important that we sort of let people know we're still out there. Numbers are, for most people, somewhere approaching where they were, but it's not great. Cost of living is problematic for everyone. So yeah, it's also why we're then keen to promote Restaurant Week that follows us a couple of weeks later, because these are opportunities for people to engage and aren't necessarily high cost and relatively speaking, and the more we can just be part of everyday life, the more I think that's great for both the future of the hospitality industry and for promoting jobs in the industry, which is a problem.